True believers and newcomers alike, I bid you welcome to another edition of Sports Tour on Enterprise Television. This is the program where we give you the hits and the lowdown of the major happenings in sports. I'm Joshua Okoli. We are live, and here are the headlines. Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen a doubt for Nigeria's doubleheader against Libya. In a rescheduled MPFL game, Enugu Rangers beat Bayelsa United at the Cathedral. In the Europa League, Maguire rescues 10-man Manchester United against FC Porto. Spurs and Lazio also victorious. In the UEFA Europa Conference League, Chelsea kickstart their European campaign with a dominant home win. Let's take a short break on Sports Tour. When we come back, we will dig deeper into all the items on our agenda. Welcome back to Sports Tour on Enterprise Television, and let's start off with the fact that Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen may not take part in Nigeria's games against Libya in Match Day 3 and Match Day 4 of the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifier. This follows an injury he sustained when he featured for his club in the Turkish League last weekend. It was so much that Galatasaray took precautionary measure and had to leave him out of the UEFA Europa League game against Riga's footballer scholar of Latvia on Thursday night. This will make him a major doubt for the forthcoming Super Eagles AFCON doubleheader against Libya. The team's interim coach Austin Eguavoen, who led Nigeria to a 3-0 victory over Benin Republic and a goalless draw against Rwanda, will be unsettled with one of his major players set to miss two crucial games in the 2025 AFCON qualifier. Osimhen, who scored a brace at the weekend, injured his left hamstring during a Turkish Super League clash at Kenneth Omero's Kasimpasa at the weekend, where the game finished 3-3 in that encounter. In the Nigerian Premier Football League, substitute Isaac Saviour grabbed the winning goal as Enugu Rangers defeated Bayelsa United 1-0 on Thursday. Saviour fired home from inside the box 20 minutes from time, making it his first goal of the season for the Flying Antelopes. Defending champion and, of course, Enugu Rangers returned to winning ways again following last weekend's 2-1 loss to Remo Stars in Ikene. Coach Fidelis Electrical's men moved to 7th position on the table following their latest victory. And talking about the opponents, Bayelsa United, who are coached by former Flying Eagles coach Ladan Boso, are yet to win a single match in the ongoing season as they managed to hold their host to a barren draw in the first half before the deadlock was finally broken by Saviour. Rangers will host Abia Warriors in Oriental Derby on Sunday, with Bayelsa United traveling to Lafia for a clash against Nasarawa United. Let's leave sporting issues in the local situation and head over to outside Nigeria to Europe to the UEFA Europa League and tell you that despite being 2 goals ahead early on, Manchester United were forced to rely on a late Maguire equalizer to draw 3-3 with FC Porto of Portugal. And Porto, who were unable to hold on to their lead after a previous stunning comeback and a red card to United's captain Bruno Fernandes, had to settle for a point in that encounter. Maguire's stoppage time header rescued a point for Manchester United in Porto as they recover from a stunning collapse to draw 3-3 in the Europa League, despite Bruno Fernandes receiving a red card for the second consecutive game in all competitions, having gotten a red card against Spurs at the weekend. Man United threw away an early 2-goal lead after strike from Marcus Rashford and Rasmus Højlund and looked on course to have another nightmarish evening when Fernandes, sent off against Spurs, was given a second bookable offence for a high foot 9 minutes from time. FC Porto struck twice in the space of 7 minutes to go in level at the break as United wilted in Europe once again. Pepe poked in at the back post before Nigerian striker Samu Omorodion, who nearly joined Chelsea in the summer, outmuscled Matthias de Ligt to power in a header. Porto only needed 5 minutes after the restart to go ahead, and Omorodion, who bested de Ligt once again before scoring emphatically into the roof of the net. United escaped with a point at the death thanks to Maguire, who nodded in Christian Eriksen's corner. Manchester United remain winless in 4 games and are still in the knockout playoff spot in the Europa League after recording 2 points from 2 draws, sitting in 21st position. Porto are also in the same bracket in 24th position after claiming their first point in the new Europa League format. In other UEFA Europa League games, a youthful Tottenham Hotspur side maintained a perfect record in Europa League with a 2-1 victory away at Ferencváros. Pape Sarr gave Tottenham Hotspur the lead midway through the first half when he reacted quickly to a loose ball in the area and slotted it into the net with a right foot shot for his second goal in 2 games in the second-tier European competition. Brennan Johnson, who's been firing on all cylinders, came on as a substitute in the second half and scored the second goal 4 minutes from time with a left-footed strike into the far corner of the goalpost. It was the 5th goal in 5 games in all competition for the Welsh international. In other Europa League games, Leicester in torrential rain at Stadio Olimpico in Roma, Tati Castellano scored twice for Lazio, first making it 2-0 in the first half by lobbing the ball over goalkeeper Marcin Bulka in a one-on-one situation, and then making it 3-1 in the second half with a shot into the roof of the net. Lazio captain Mattia Zaccagni finished off the win from the penalty spot. Substitute Thomas Story headed in the second half equalizer for Slavia Prague to hold Ajax to a 1-1 draw in Prague. Ajax went ahead after Branko van der Bomen sent Slavia's goalkeeper the wrong way from the spot in the 18th minute. The visitors were reduced to 10 men in the 75th after defender Yuri Bas received his second yellow card of the game. Elsewhere in Belgium, Anderlecht came from a goal down to beat Real Sociedad 2-1 with Theo Leoni scoring the winner late in the first half. Ayub El Kabi scored 2 and Santiago Hetze added another one for last year's UEFA Europa Conference League winners Olympiacos to beat Vistin Braga 3-0 in another UEFA Europa League game. Also in the Europa League, Hoffenheim, who are struggling in Bundesliga, recorded a 2-1 win over Dynamo Kiev. Let's give you a rundown of all the games that were played on Thursday night in the UEFA Europa League. Ferencváros 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2, Hoffenheim 2, Dynamo Kiev 0, Lazio of Italy 4, Nice of France 1, Maccabi Tel Aviv 0, FC Midtjylland 2, Olympiacos 3, Sporting Braga 0, Karabakh 1, Malmo 2, Real Sociedad 1, Anderlecht 2, Riga Football Scholar 2, Galatasaray 2, Slavia Prague 1, Ajax 1, Athletic Bilbao defeated AZ Alkmaar 2-0, Besiktas lost at home to Eintracht Frankfurt 3-1, Elfsborg defeated AS Roma by a goal to 0. FC Porto against Manchester United played 3-0 draw at the Estadio do Dragão. FC Twente held Mourinho's Fenerbahce by 1-1, a goal apiece. PAOK Saloniki lost at home to Steaua Bucuresti by a goal to 0. Glasgow Rangers were beaten at the Ibrox Stadium to Olympique Lyonnais 4-1. Royal Union Saint-Gilloise played a goalless draw against Bodo Glimt, and Victoria Plzeňa of Czech Republic were held by Bulgarian side Ludogorets Razgrad to a goalless draw. In the UEFA Europa Conference League, Leicester that Renato Veiga and Kiernan Drewsby Hall both scored their first Chelsea goals as Enzo Maresca's side kicked off the UEFA Conference League campaign with a 4-2 win over Belgian side Gant. Veiga opened the scoring with a fine finish before Pedro Nieto doubled the lead just after the break. Frenchman Christopher Nkunku made it 3 shortly after before the impressive Drewsby Hall opened his account. The Belgian side Ghent scored twice, first in the 50th minute of the game after some sloppy Chelsea defending, which saw Tsuyoshi Watanabe rise highest to head his effort past goalkeeper Philip Jorgensen. The Belgian team refused to give up and grabbed another consolation goal in stoppage time with substitute Omri Gandelman firing home first time in that encounter. In the Europa Conference League, let's tell you that Istanbul Başakşehir lost at home 2-1 to Rapid Vienna. Victoria Guimarães of Portugal defeated their Slovenian opponent Celje 3-1. Cercle Brugge 6, St. Gallen 2, Dinamo Minsk 1, Hearts of Midlothian 2, FC Astana 1, TSC Bakatopola 0, FC Heidenheim of Germany 2, Olympia Ljubljana 1, FC Noah 2, Mlada Boleslav 0, Legia Warsaw defeated Real Betis in Warsaw 1-0, Moda 3, Larn 0, Omonia Nicosia 4, Vikingo Reykjavik 0, Boraj Banja Luka played a 1-0 draw against Greek side Panathinaikos, Chelsea 4, Gant 2, CS Petro Club 1, Paphos FC 4, FC Copenhagen 1. They lost at home to Polish underdogs Jagiellonia Białystok. It was a 2-1 victory for Białystok. Fiorentina 2, the New Saints FC 0. David De Gea's debut in the competition ended in victory for he and Fiorentina. Lax Linz of Austria played a 2-2 draw against Jogadins FC Lugano 3, HJK Helsinki 0, Shamrock Rovers 1, Apoel Nicosia 1 to wrap up proceedings in the UEFA Europa Conference League. Well, before we go, let's give you a rundown of fixtures that are going to be played in the big leagues all across Europe. And let's tell you that first off, in the Premier League, we're going to see a game between Brighton Hove and Hove Albion against Tottenham Hotspur. Chelsea will take on Nottingham Forest. Aston Villa will host Manchester United. Everton will do battle with Newcastle. West Ham against Ipswich Town. Manchester City against Fulham. Leicester against Bournemouth. Brentford versus Wolves. Arsenal, Southampton, and the game to kickstart proceedings in match day 7 of the Premier League is Crystal Palace against Liverpool. In the German Bundesliga, Augsburg will host Borussia Mönchengladbach. Bayer Leverkusen will take on Holstein Kiel. Werder Bremen will do battle with Freiburg. Union Berlin will take on Borussia Dortmund. Bochum will trade tackles with Wolfsburg. St. Pauli will host Mainz 05. Heidenheim will take on RB Leipzig. Eintracht Frankfurt will trade tackles with Bayern Munich, and Stuttgart will take on Hoffenheim. In the Italian Serie A, Napoli will host Como, Verona will take on Venezia, Udinese versus Lecce, Atalanta against Genoa, Inter Milan against Torino, Juventus versus Cagliari, Bologna versus Parma, Lazio versus Empoli, Monza against AS Roma, and of course, Fiorentina versus AC Milan. And we'll wrap up with proceedings in the Spanish La Liga. And Leganés will host Valencia. Espanyol will take on Real Mallorca. Getafe will battle Osasuna, who defeated Barcelona 4-2 last weekend in the Spanish Primera División. Las Palmas will trade tackles with Celta Vigo. Real Valladolid will host Rayo Vallecano. Real Madrid will take on Villarreal. Girona against Athletic Bilbao. Alaves will trade tackles with Barcelona. Sevilla against Real Betis in a Seville derby, and Real Sociedad will host Atletico Madrid. That's how much we can take on Sports Store for the day. Endeavor to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Enterprise TV 7 on YouTube. Click the notification bell to get alerts on our new YouTube videos. You can also follow us on all our social media platforms. We are Enterprise TV 7 on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. Like, share, and engage with our content, and also visit our website www.enterprisetvnews.com, where we give you all the hot stories on the go, the live updates, the exclusives, and the news you can use. Moreover, if you want to partner with us on Enterprise Television, you want to place your product on our platform, and for all sponsorship and advertising inquiries, kindly send a mail to enterprisetv7@gmail.com, or you can send a DM to our aforementioned social media handles at Enterprise TV 7. And before we go, let's leave you with this statement from Muhammad Ali, who is perhaps regarded as the greatest heavyweight boxer in all history. He said, and I quote, "I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life a champion. There's no glory, no satisfaction in being average, and no matter your field of work, always strive to be one of the greats, if not the greatest," end quote. The beauty of life lies in overcoming challenges and realizing your own power in the process. I'm Josh Okoli, and I want to thank you for the privilege of your time. Until we meet again, it's goodbye and hasta luego.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.